I'm here at a park for mini sessions, and I thought it would be fun to take you along to show you what I look for in a location when I'm shooting outdoors. It's very bright right now, but it's fall and sunsets at 5:30, so that's why we're shooting early, because it's about 2:20 right now. So one of the challenges of shooting this early in the day is that the sun is still pretty high. On this side, my face is super bright. On this side, my face is pretty dark. And then even if I turn against the sun, I'm like fully in shade and it might be blown out like that. See the sun? So when you're shooting at this time of day, the best thing you can do is to find a shady spot if you can. Open shade, something where you're not in full sunlight. See how that already evens out my the lighting on my face? That makes it already a lot better. I'm actually here at the location earlier before my client, so pro tip is to make sure if you're meeting at a location that you've never shot at before, scope it out, figure out where the good spots are to shoot, so that you're not trying to figure it out on the fly with your client there seeing you do it. If you've been a photographer for any amount of time, or you're just kind of figuring out how to even do a photo shoot, then you may or may not have heard about how the best time to shoot is golden hour. And golden hour is that 2 hours or so before sunset, right as the sun is setting. It's when, and maybe it's true, the lighting is beautiful and even and soft, and as the sun is setting, it's a lot lower, so there's a lot less possibility for squinting. However, that's not always a possibility. Sometimes, based on scheduling and all that, the only time you can shoot, it might be when the sun is high. And so I'm here to tell you today that it's not impossible to shoot when the sun is still high. You just need shade. And I roll super light. I don't bring lots of equipment. I don't bring flash. Like, I actually saw another photographer in the park who had like a flash setup to kind of compensate for the dark shadows and whatever. However, you don't need it. You just need to use your eyes, look around, figure out what the best spot is going to be, so there's nice even light. And again, that's to my style and liking. Like, if you like harsh shadows and harsh light, go for it. But for me, I felt like the easiest thing when it came to figuring out where, finding a location and what the best location was going to be, it is finding nice even light, so everything is evenly lit, instead of there being, here you can kind of see, look, like there's light on my neck, and here it's like dappled on my shirt. We don't want that. We don't want to have to fix that in Photoshop later, if we could avoid it by taking a couple of steps in one direction. For example, right now I'm all the way in the shade, but if I move, you can kind of see how the sun coming through the trees is creating this uneven lighting situation on my face. So I want to find the spot that is evenly lit without all the dappling, because if I take another couple steps this way, it gets really bright. Somebody's going to squint. So if this is your situation, you want to move into a spot that is completely in shade, even. It's a little bit hard to do this while vlogging at the same time, but you get the idea. If you're shooting and it's super bright and the sun is still high in the sky, ideally what you want to do is try to find a tree or something where you have plenty of shade. Because here in this situation, if you look over here, the sun is up there, but the tree is hiding it, which is great. It makes it not so bright. Because what happens when you're shooting in direct sunlight is that it gets real squinty real fast. So even though that there's a cute waterfall feature over there, if I were to put my clients there it would still be too squinty because it's too bright right now. In a couple of hours, it would probably be okay, but these mini sessions are scheduled between 2 and 3:30. So some photographers might say that middle of the day or, non-golden hours is not the best time to shoot. But the truth is that you just need to find the right spot within the location. And for example, here I'm about to walk into some shade and it's no longer so squinty because these trees are providing shade which evens out all of the light on my face. And then when you're looking at your clients through your camera, make sure that the light looks completely even on their face, because let me tell you, trying to fix that in post-production in Photoshop, it's not fun, and it's not worth it when you could have just gone into a different spot that had even light. So here's my pro tip for you, is instead of rushing through a photo shoot to just get the job done, it's better to make sure that the light looks good on your clients, that once you take the photo, the post-production part of it is going to be easy, versus just kind of like going with it, hoping for the best and thinking, oh, I'll just fix it in post. That's never a good thought.